Okay. Welcome to the Netivot Shalom Shir. We're going to be talking about one thing in this Parsha that has significance and can help us through our daily lives. We know that everything in the Parsha, everything in the Torah is to give us a message. It's not just an historical thing or a story. There's a message that is connected with it. And we're going to see, after seeing this message, hopefully we will see a way to be able to better cope with all of the difficulties that seem to be bombarding us all the time from all sides. Parsha is Tetzava, and the Netivot Shalom portion I'm going to begin with, I'm going to concentrate on, is based on the sentence in Tetzava, which reads as follows. This is in chapter 27, it's verse 20. It says, V'ata Tetzava es bnei Yisrael, you should command. Hashem is telling Moshe, you shall command the children of Israel, Vayikchu elecha, that they shall take to them shemen zayit zach, pure olive oil, kosis lamor, beaten for the light, lahalos ner tamid, to cause a lamp to burn continually. So that's the pasuk, and the Netivot Shalom is going to discuss what that means and what message that gives to us. So without further ado, we'll look at the screen that's in front of you. The Netivot Shalom. Shemen zayit zach kati lamor. Olive oil that is pure olive oil that is beaten for the light. So it starts by Midrash Rabbah. In the Midrash, it says, V'ata Tetzava Hashem Elokecha, and this is quoting a pasuk from Yirmiyahu Hanavi, which says, Zayit Ranan Yafa Pri Ta'ar Kara Hashem Shemecha. A lush olive tree that gives forth beautiful fruit. I will call you by that name. Whereas Hashem is calling Bnei Yisrael by the name Zayit, an olive. And he says all different kinds of trees. There are many different trees that are beautiful and praiseworthy, and you can call, they'd be worthy to call Bnei Yisrael by any of those trees. A geffen with a grape, a vineyard, vata'ina, a date, and so on. Elamah hazayit hazeh, adshu beilanu magargarin oso. What is it with this particular olive that this olive is constantly scraped at? It's on the tree and you're scraping it off the tree. And after that, you take it off of the tree and you squash it. After you squash it, you put it into a barrel, and you put it in this barrel after it's been squashed. You're squeezing it some more. Squeezing this poor little olive some more. After that, you squeeze it even more. And after that, you surround it with different kinds of spices, and you squash it with stones. And then, and after all that process, Nosnim et shemanan. After all that process, the oil comes out. Hach Yisrael, Similarly, the children of Israel, Goyin umos ha'olam, what are the nations of the world trying to do to us? They are coming, they're scattering us, pushing us from place to place. And they're squeezing us. There's just like this poor little olive. They're doing that to the children of Israel. They're squeezing us, making things so difficult. But he says, Osin Tshuva, and Bnei Israel realizes that everything that's happening is happening for a purpose, and it's a message for us to return to God, to do tshuva. And then once we do tshuva, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Oni Lahem B'chulu, then God answers us, and so on. So he goes on to say, Bir ha'inyan hamiyuchad shel shemen zayit. What is unusual, specifically about olive oil, Sha'al Shemo, about not olive oil, but olive oil, Sha'al Shemo Nikra Yisrael. By its name, Bnei Israel are referred to as an olive. Dine Zayitu Apri Hayochid, because this is the only fruit. Shemavad Etzem Metzios Hapri, Yeshbo Koach Nelam. In addition to whatever the fruit contains, the olive contains a hidden power. So after you do all these squeezings and pushings, squashing of this little olive, all the different steps of making olive oil that the Midrash talks about. What happens after that? Misgalabo koach chadash. You see revealed a new power. Koach ha'or, the power of light. Hameir ha'atzur basocho, the light that is contained, stopped up inside of this olive. Shebakocho, through its power, lahalos, ner, you're able to light a candle, until a large flame just goes out from under it. That's something that no other fruit has. No matter what you do with any other fruit, it remains a fruit. It doesn't become an oil. Only the olive. And it gives that special hidden power. And it says, there's no other fruit that has this kind of hidden power. Even though you've changed its shape completely through this process of crushing it and squeezing it, with any other fruit, after you do the same thing with them, you squeeze them, you may get fruit juice out of them, but you're still left with something that's edible. Which is not the case with an olive. Through this washing and squeezing, grinding up of the olive, you are creating a new reality within this substance. And what is the reality? Koach hamor, the power to light. That's why Bnei Israel are referred to as a zayid, as an olive. Higam Yehudi, also a Jew, Yeshnu or Gadol, has great light. Gadol Hashem mimal hatamon b'kirbo. Chelek Hashem mimal hatamon b'kirbo. A worship of God that is really hidden inside of each of us. Achu, Koach, Nelam, but this power is also hidden. Hamustar Ayidei HaChomer Hamahamshich Enov Meros Isor Halakut. It's hidden away because of the materiality that gets in the way of us seeing the light of God. V'kasher Meshaber Es HaChomer, when you break this materiality, and you tear it apart, you squash it, then it's revealed before you, or Hanelam, or Elokuso Yisborach, the hidden light of God. This is what it says, what it means in Yirmiyahu, when it says a lush olive tree gives forth beautiful fruit, and I will call you B'nai Yisrael by the name of that fruit, by the name of the Zayit. Asher Nimshul Yisrael Davkul Zayit. Specifically, B'nai Yisrael is compared to an olive. Shema Zayit Tomun Bo Koach Nelam Koach Or. The more that you are, because what is hidden in the olive is the hidden power of the light. Rak al yedei shekush-tashim also humit galo meir. Only through this squashing and squeezing and bruising and beating up on this poor little olive does the light appear. Hach Yisrael, so too the children of Israel. Nimtzu behem koach or behelam. We have the power of light, but it's hidden. But through the being subjected to this constant hammering, struggling, beating that the Jews are suffering, or that an individual may be suffering, through that you are able to see the light of God. Vidyomer Chazal, and our sages say in the Gemara Brachas, it says, Tova mardos achas belibo shel adam, one guilty pang, one feeling of guilt of having done something wrong, yoter mimeya malkios, has a greater effect on you than 100 lashes. Inyan hakisha etzel Yehudi who loved davka aide makos v'yisurin chas v'shalom. The whole aspect of this beating and squashing by a Jew isn't specifically just to cause pain, God forbid. They lishbor et hachomer. The purpose is to break apart the materiality issue. Hamasach hamavdil, it is the mask that divides ben Yehudi l'Kodesh Baruch Hu, between the Jew and Hashem. Hamachis eino merob orot yisparo, something that makes your eyes dark and not being able to see the light of God. Tova lezem mardos achas belibo yoser mea malkioso. That's what it means. It's better to have one very serious pang of guilt for what you're doing than to be suffering physical lashes. Because the whole purpose of what we want to do is we want to present God with something that the Kotzker Rebbe said, there is nothing as whole as a broken heart. By breaking our heart before God, then misgalabo koach or hanela b'kirbo. Then we are able to see revealed the power of the light that is concealed within it. V'hine koach or hanelam Hazeh nimshach me'ora haganuz, shishimush b'tchilas habriya. This power of this hidden, concealed light is compared to the organuz, the light that God used at the very first of creation, before any lights were created in the sky, before any sun or moon or stars were created. There was light. As it says, Yom Hashem Yehi Or, God said, let there be light. Yehi Or, and there was light. Not from the sun. There was a special light. But then what happened to this special light? God hid it away, put it in his treasure house for the future. Why? Because Chazal, as our sages say, that God looked at the generation of the flood. The generation of the Tower of Babel, where they're trying to raise a tower higher than God. Looked at those things. Shemaseyan, Mekulkulin, they were doing bad things, both generations. So Amatsu Hashem stood up, so to speak, but Nignazu, and he hid this light away. But Kina, that Tzadikim, he prepared it for the righteous in the world to come. Or Zeh, or Dashmi, this is not a material light that we're talking about. Or Elokusi is Borach, Shehir Sabriya, but rather the light of God that lights up all of creation. Hu Omer, and this is the light. She is Galev Yarba Eis Hatikon Hagamor, that becomes evident, becomes lighted at the great, that when you finally have completed what you're supposed to be doing in this world, when you have brought the world to a place where everybody sees that the world is full of the knowledge of God. This light, this organuz, this hidden away light, is reserved and will light the world after we've all made the proper tikkun, the proper repair of this world. Kvod Amar, as it says in Yeshayahu, it talks about the days of Mashiach. Lo yelecha od hashemesh leor yomam. There will no longer be a sun to light the day. Lo yelecha or Hashem leor olam. God will be the one to light the entire world. Won't need any messengers. Zeh gamin or menorah. This is also the aspect of the light of the menorah. Shenimshach be'or haganuz. The light of the menorah. When you light the menorah, you see this light coming out. It's a continuation of this organuz. Shamenorah ha'ira es or halakut bilvotehem shel Yisrael, because the light of the menorah lights this godly light in the hearts of the children of Israel. B'chol Yehudi, and every Jew, b'asher hu sham, wherever he is, whatever level he's at, he's able to receive this light, this hidden away light that comes out through the menorah. Everybody sees it, of course, when it says Asher Hu Sham, the way he is, everybody sees it based on what their worthiness is of seeing the organuz at that point. Okay, Tzorichin. Therefore, you need pure olive oil to light the eternal light. It hints at the hidden power of the olive oil. And this is the light that is lit in the menorah. Obviously, the menorah we're talking about is the menorah that was lighted in the Mishkan and in the Beis Hamikdash. We're not talking about the Hanukkah menorah. The menorah we're talking about is a 7-branched menorah. That's what's seen in the Torah Kodesh. We find the Isa Midrash Tanchuma. The Midrash says, "She'or haganuz nignaz l'amale Torah shebal peh." The Midrash says that this hidden light was hidden away for those who study Torah verbally with their mouth, without reading it. She'amale kashimo. That's very hard to do. It's hard to be able to study a piece of Torah without seeing the text in front of you. And so because of that difficulty of Elu Hamali Torah, Moshe Nafshe Lagamri ala Torah, because these people are really Moshe Nefesh, they're really putting their lives on the line to be able to study Torah. Shemenadadin Shina Ma'nehem Uminulalin Atzman Alehan. They take sleep. Sleep is removed from their eyes, and they bring themselves to study Torah. That's a reference, as a matter of fact, at the very end of the Gemara Tanis, talks about in the winter months, you might think that you have to spend less time studying Torah because there's not enough daylight. They always used to study in the daylight, and night came, they didn't have electricity, and they went to bed. But then it points out specifically that what you have to do is to get up in the middle of the night and study Torah, to take part of that night, which really is part of your regular day of studying, and use that time to study Torah. And that's what this is. That's what this is referring to remove the sleep from your eyes. And then you'll merit to receive this hidden light. And it'll be fulfilled with what the Pasuk tells us. This people that are walking in darkness. In other words, you're getting up in the middle of the night, it's dark, and you're walking in darkness to go study Torah. Ro or gadol, you'll see a great light. It says Bnei Israel is referred to as people that are walking in darkness. Shemashichim kol inyane hagashmim mosrim atzrim lagamri. What does it mean? That the materiality of their life clouds their eyes, makes their eyes dark, and takes over their entire being. Therefore, God reveals to us this inner light that we have access to. Studying Torah weakens a person. It's very hard to study Torah. It weakens you, weakens your power. But it also breaks the power of this materiality. When you remove these masks, these material masks, you reveal this hidden light, Hanelam, that was concealed by Yehudi in the Jew. And then you'll merit to be able to see the light of God. This is also on Shabbos. Yesiv. What does it say? God created the seventh day. So he made it holy. Midrash. And it said, when it says Vayevorech, God blessed. The Midrash says, Baruch hu ba'ora. What was the blessing? God blessed the Shabbos with light. Uborchu b'mor panav shel adam, and he blessed it with the illuminated face of a person. V'kadesho b'or panav shel adam, and he made holy the facial expressions of a person. He says, Lo doma or panav shel adam kol yemos haShabbos k'moshu doma b'Shabbos. A person doesn't look the same during the rest of the week as he looks on Shabbos. Looks on Shabbos, the light of Shabbos should be reflecting off of his face. Also on Shabbos, the way to access this is to push out materiality, to squash the materiality as you would with the olive. Kamar Baal Shem Tov HaKodesh, so a lady was the holy Baal Shem Tov said, what does it say? The sages tell us in Gemara Kesubos, Meis be'erev Shabbos, Siman Yafalo. Somebody who dies erev Shabbos, it's a wonderful sign for him. Baal Kasha asked the question, what is this? Ma bo chazal amdeinu b'zeh. What is the sages coming to teach us with this? Is it a person's choice as to when he's going to die? She explains it. The Meis Erev Shabbos, what does it mean to die Erev Shabbos? If a Jew wants to go into the holiness of Shabbos, Allah lahamis is calling Yonav Hagashmim L'salka Midato. He has to kill all of the materiality things, to get rid of them, remove them from his das, move them from his intellect, not to think about them. But the cause, and that's the power of the materiality. It's the aspect of being dead. In other words, you're going into Shabbos. It's a good simon. You're going into Shabbos having completed in your mind everything you had to do, and recognizing that everything you have is due to Hashem and belongs to Hashem, and you are going in as an ani, as a complete poor person. So you're going in as an ani, and an ani, a poor person, is also compared in the Gemara to a mace, to a dead person, because he has nothing on which to perform mitzvos. In Yanika Amar, as it says, Ki b'Shabbos Kodesh, V'skala Hora Benus. On Shabbos, the hidden light is revealed. Meir Bo. Just got a little bit smaller. Hold on a minute. I'll make it bigger. Okay. Who Besech Hamavdil Bad Yehudi Hamonei Mimeno Leros Orayisem. So what you're doing is you have to get rid of the mask dividing you between God, between seeing the light of God. And that's what it means. You should die Erev Shabbos, before Shabbos. Be like a dead person. Before Shabbos, you have to purify this materiality. Don't bring it into Shabbos with you. And through that, Shabbos Kodesh, you're able to go into Shabbos to feel the great light that is revealed. And here we can understand what our sages say. Shomar Kodesh Baruch Moshe, Matana Tov Yeshli B'Veis. I have a wonderful present for you in my storage house. The Shabbos Shema, and Shabbos is its name. Beis Ganzi in Yanu Oralakus Haganos. The storage house refers to the light, the hidden light of God. Umatana Tov Yeshli Babayit Beit Kanazi. I have this great present in my storage house, in my treasure house, Shabbos Kodesh, Meir Ha'or because on Shabbos, the light from this treasure chest of mine that's hidden away is able to shine. Or Haganuz, the Or Haganuz, the hidden light. Zegam Inyan Divar Zohar Kodesh, as the Zohar Kodesh says, Hafuch Boshes, the same letters as the word Shabbos, base Shin Tov. You change Boshes. Boshes means shame. Batishkach Shabbos. And then Shabbos, you get rid of your shame, you get rid of your materiality. You come in pure and clean to Shabbos, and that's Shabbos, same letters. Asher Yehudi Rosli Kodesh Shabbos Kodesh. The Jew wants to go into Shabbos, Filibo, Shavor, Bekirbo, go lahabush al shefo matzavo. If your heart is broken because of the difficult situation, Kol Hazal Amoretz Emas Shabbos Olam. Everybody, even the most ignorant Jew, has the fear of Shabbos on him. Hashakur ba'artziot emat Shabbos olam. Even if you're dealing with all the materiality, all the things in this world, you still have the fear of Shabbos on you. Eich yikanesh Shabbos kodesh. The Shabbos kodesh. How do I go into Shabbos? Hatshuva lezeh. The answer to this is he hapoch boshes v'tishkach Shabbos. Get rid of your shame and come into Shabbos. Kitova mardos achas belibo shel adam yoter meir malkios lavkia masache achomer. One little moment of regret, personal regret, is much more powerful in the heart of a person than 100 lashes that are to separate yourself from the masks of the materiality. That's habushish yeshlo hi apetuchas fanav hashar likones Shabbos kodesh. That opens up the gate to be able to go into Shabbos. Balpi ha'omor, as it says, or lakus shabor hakadosh baruch b'yom rishon lo nitel lagamri el shnimitza b'halam. The light that was created on the first day wasn't given completely, but it was concealed. Miskale de makori or hanaskorim, and it's revealed as we've said before. There's the aspect of destroying Amalek. The hand on the chair of God is the fight of God with Amalek, midor dor, generation to generation. The name for Hashem there, it's not complete. It says Shein Hashem Shalem. The name of God is not complete. Bein Akisei Shal, nor is his throne complete. Ad Sheyimcha Zaro Shel Amalek, until you get rid of the descendants of Amalek. Again, remember, Amalek is the sign, the symbol of the Yetzer Hara, and more than that, the gematria of the word Amalek is the same as the word Safek, doubt, because the purpose of Amalek is to create doubt in the Jew, doubt between the Jew and God. And that's why when we first met Amalek in Refidim, Rashi says that their hands were weak, meaning their emunah was weak. When their emunah is weak, that's when Amalek can attack. Because Just like there's in the creation, there's power of hidden of this concealed light. The light was so great, you can't imagine light like this. You could see from one end of the world to the other. So too, is the power of hidden darkness. That's what Amalek is about. He wants us to be living in darkness. The power of evil that is hidden in the creation. Hashem's name is not complete until Amalek is destroyed. Because this godly light is only shown when we've done the complete tikkun. Shemal Horetz Deat Hashem, B'viat HaMashiach. With Mashiach coming, and the whole world will know that there is God in this world and He's responsible for everything. All of the negativity of Amalek that keeps us from completing this great tikkun, shekal zman shekoach hara adayin sholet ein hor yochol iskalas. As long as you allow that power of Amalek to reign supreme, then you can't get to the point of seeing the real light. Kumura Kosov Sur Meira Aseto. Davidovich said, tell him, turn away from evil and then do good. Because before you can do good, before you can do mitzvahs, you've got to do tshuva on what you've done first. This applies to every Jew. Moshe B'Klalos Yisrael calls him on Chiklipa Samalik Shletes En Yochel Liot Hatikun HaGomer Adi Tiakar. Until Amalek is destroyed, the complete tikkun isn't possible. Moshe Kosu Kol Yehudi Ba'olam HaKaton Shel Mitzyoso. Every Jew is in a little world of his own reality. Barosh Alav L'Kayim Mechios Amalek. First thing he has to do is individually get rid of the Amalek, of the doubt within him. La'koras Koach Hara Hanelam Atam B'Socho. To get rid of the power of evil that is concealed within him. Shulafi Erech V'Chiyaso. According to the effort that you put in, Amalek V'Karasu as Koach Hara. That's how you can get rid of Amalek. As whatever effort you're putting in to get rid of Amalek, then you'll merit to receive this light, and to feel the light of God in every aspect of your very being. One of the most important points that I personally pulled out of this is that we ask ourselves many times, both individually and as a nation, why are these things happening to us? Why are we being squashed from all sides? Why in Eretz Yisrael are we surrounded by enemies? Why do we have pandemics injuring and killing us? Why do we have anti-Semitism? Why do we have difficulties in whatever area you want? Why are these things happening? And when you understand that it is similar to the olive, that in order to produce the light, in order to change to a better thing, to change its complete materiality, its complete reality, you have to go through this squashing process, this squeezing, just like the olive. But then at the end, what you have, what every individual Jew has, is the ability to take that power and you gain from being crushed, from being put upon by all sides, to take that and be able to light the light of Hashem and to see the light of Hashem. Ad Kan. Thank you for attending. I think that's an important message that we can all apply in our daily lives. I'll take any comments anybody has any, otherwise I'm going to stop the recording and then you can comment if you want. So I'm going to stop the recording in a moment.